Jessica Vandop de Jesus with The Dining Traveler, and I'm here with Chef Pepe Moncayo, who is a chef owner of Cranes, which is a one-star Michelin restaurant here in Washington, D.C. And so nice to meet you, encantada.
Likewise, encantada. Thank you.
You opened Cranes around 2 years ago. 2 years ago, am I correct?
We opened the restaurant in February 2020.
Okay.
On the 8th of February 2020, 5 weeks before we had to shut it down due to the pandemic.
Yes. And since then, you opened it to great reviews, and you earned your first Michelin star during COVID, and you now have renewed it. And how is that feeling?
Roller coaster. Opening a restaurant is something very stressful and challenging, and we were full speed opening a restaurant, and suddenly COVID came. We closed the restaurant. We keep closed for 2 months trying to figure out what to do. We reinvented the menu to go and delivery, which was a losing cause. Because, I decided to die putting a fight and see what happened. And fortunately, landlord was super supportive to us. We got some federal help, support of the community, and we were able to survive. And when we were starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, Michelin decided to award a star to the restaurant, and that light coming to my face, and the restaurant started taking up. So we were.
Is that extra push, you need to keep
No,
going?
not the extra push. It's really the push.
The push, yeah.
It's the push. Yeah, it really was a blessing. I think that the star really fall from, not from the sky, from heaven, from heaven. Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to dine here several times, and I love the food. And it's such an interesting combination because you do kind of the Spanish tapas and some of that Spanish technique fused with Japanese. And how did that come about?
Cranes is the sum of my experiences, and I'm very fortunate because I cook whatever I want. I know techniques, I have experiences, I know ingredients, and I mix it all in my head and I put together the dishes. And I've been living in Asia for 10 years. I was fortunate to be sent there by my mentor to open a restaurant for him. I ended up opening a restaurant there, traveling to Japan, getting full of those techniques and ingredients. And sometimes people ask me, Pepe, what a great idea you had. And I say, no, honestly, I never had the idea. It's something that happened to me organically. It's not something that I really one day wake up and that's the idea. No.
And it's interesting that you mentioned Japan because I lived in Japan for a year. I lived in Okinawa, and for me it was one of those places that transformed my palate because I was so young. I was 24 years old when I lived there, and for you spending, I won't even tell you my age.
Okay.
And you spend your time in Asia, and then you are from Spain. You're from Catalonia,
yes.
and in Spain they have these long, culinary traditions that sometimes people are a bit like very protective of them. And how do you merge that and bring that and make it come to life here at Cranes?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because let me tell you one of the signature dishes of the restaurant that people really, really love, and it's called the unagi paella, which is a paella, and then that's the only thing that really resembles to the Spanish dish because we use sushi rice, we put fresh eel and smoked eel, we use as a broth white ponzu and dashi, and other items that goes inside like a wasabi mayo. If I serve this to any of my family members, I can assure you that paella is gonna go to my face and send it to...
Fuera de la herencia, disinherited.
Vete a la mierda, van a decir. Yeah. So how I do it, as I say, I'm very fortunate because I can do whatever I feel like, and sometimes inspiration is clear where I pull it from, but I don't feel that I have like a wow, nice idea. I really feel that I have all this somewhere stored there of my travels or my experiences, and when it's time to approach a creation, it just comes out and I put it together.
And I find that in DC, having lived here for almost 10 years, and that people, they're well traveled, they're open to new things, and having lived also in Europe where people are more, it's delicious food as well, but it's very structured, like we were talking about before. How has it been with the DC clientele? Has it been easy to be like, hey, we're going to do these crazy things, and people are open to it?
Yeah, I mean, I would lie to you if I will tell you, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to DC, I'm gonna kill it. People is gonna love it. Of course, you always have doubts on what you do, but I think that through years you get to believe that what you do have some potential or have some quality, and you just hope that people is gonna receive you well. In DC, so far it's been fantastic. In Singapore, though, I had challenges because you mature, no? But when I was coming from Barcelona, working for these big guys, and go to Singapore, open your own restaurant, and Singaporeans are very well traveled. They really went very hard on me because my excess of use of salt. Spain, we are very happy and we are very easy to put salt in things, and we like savory things, and that's something that I really cut down on my cooking, and here is very well accepted.
Yeah, like playing around with, with the taste of people and seeing,
100%.
Where
but
it
as
goes.
I say, I never adapted my cuisine, rather I adapted my palate. What you were saying about when you live in Okinawa, it's the same. It's something that organically happened to you.
Absolutely. It's like the beauty of travel and being in different places. And
Indeed.
Yeah, and things that you didn't think, oh, I didn't like this before, I wasn't familiar with this before.
Exactly. So sometimes you don't know where the inspiration or an idea can be drawn, but it's somewhere there from a travel experience, and I think.
We were talking a bit offline about the challenges with the pandemic and beyond, the closures, financials, but also the shortage in staff and how people see you, oh, this is a Michelin star chef, but you're doing so much more than just cooking at the restaurant.
We were talking about that, but it's one thing is to be an executive chef in a restaurant, and then come the dash owner. And dash owner means dash everything and anything, from plumbing. Like this morning I was fixing the food disposal over the sink with a hammer there because somewhere something wasn't stuck there. Electric, changing fuses, because honestly to change a fuse in equipment can be hundreds of dollars.
So you have to, and calling somebody these days to have them come and fix it, and
music technician, playlist maker, anything, and that's the life of a restaurant. And if you like to cook and you are inspired and you really want to keep cooking, that's my advice. Don't open a restaurant. Work for someone.
With all the stresses.
That's what I can say.
So you say don't open a restaurant, but you are opening more restaurants.
Oh yeah, I'm opening 2 more
Masochista.
restaurants. Well, I like the thrill. I like the challenges, and all my career has been about not being ready for the next thing. That's how I recognize it. When they offer me positions, I'm not ready for that, but I'm gonna take it because I always was willing to try what is next, and that's what I'm doing now. Open 2 new restaurants that are coming now because I like the challenges and I want to keep growing and experiencing, and
And I know that you're not allowed to say where yet, or what can you tell us a little bit? Is it the same concept here?
No, totally different. It's gonna be in Tyson's Corner, pretty close, one to the other. One is gonna be 100% Singaporean, because I've been living there for 10 years, and I think that is a cuisine that is unrepresented. It's so delicious. And the other one, same as Cranes, is the sum of all my career. I want to do a Spanish restaurant that is gonna be called Santi. It's gonna be an homage to my mentor, Santi Santa Maria, and I'm gonna be focusing in Spanish cuisine, 100%, no fusion, that early days of my career.
No crazy paellas there.
Just paellas.
Just paella.
Well, the craziness can come in many ways, but let's say no fusion paellas.
Well, thank you, Chef, so much for sharing, and I'm so inspired by your story as well, especially now being as a foreigner in a different country and trying to make your way there. So, and I see your story, and it definitely gives you that extra push to kind of go towards where we want to do. Éxito, mucho éxito, and you can find Chef Pepe Moncayo at Cranes in Washington, D.C. So, thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.